5 for 40 with runners in scoring position over the last 3 games for the Mariners. So the Mariners got swept by the Diamondbacks for the first time since 2015, falling 5-2 today after. So in the first inning, Jorge Polanco singled after Julio got on base, and it moved Randy over to second, scored Julio, and then in the top of the fifth, Donovan Solano got his first home run as a Mariner. So that was the Mariners' 2 runs, and then in the bottom of the sixth, Brian Wu gave up a Eugenio Suarez grand slam for his 19th homer of the season, and then Pavin Smith homered on a fly ball to right field right after to make it 5-2 Arizona, and the score stood. Mariners were desperate for a win, so after pulling Wu, who goes to a 5-4 record, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs. This is the first time he's had 3 strikeouts or 3 or fewer strikeouts in a while, and it was not good. So we went to Matt Brash, Gabe Spire, and then Carlos Vargas for the last 2/3 of the last 2 innings. Eduardo Rodriguez started for the Diamondbacks, went 6 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, struck out 5, walked 1, and then it was Murillo, Beeks, and Miller with his 7th save. 1 home run for the Mariners, 7 strikeouts. Today we were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position, so I'm sorry. We were 5 for 51. We left 6 on base. They left 6 on base. They were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, but when one of those hits is a grand slam, yeah, that's going to happen. JP had a game where he didn't get on base. It's fine. Julio had 3 hits, and 2 of them were doubles. He had 6 doubles going into the game. He now has 8, so really good. Scored the 1 run, not off of a double. Both times that he doubled, we failed to drive him in. Cal had a hit and a walk, decent. Randy Arozarena 0 for 4, but he didn't strike out. Jorge Polanco 1 for 4 with an RBI. Good game for him. Mitch Garver actually had a double, but he struck out the other 3 times, somehow raising his batting average to 200. Donovan Solano 2 for 4 with a run, an RBI, and a 195 batting average now, so okay. Dylan Moore struck out twice. Dom Canzone struck out and walked. Ben Williamson struck out once, and Miles Masterboni got out. I don't even know how he got out. He just did. Corbin Carroll played really well. Ketel Marte, everybody on the Diamondbacks played really well. Brian Wu, I'm not going to say Brian Wu played poorly. I'm going to say Brian Wu had bad luck. He gave up some base runners, and then those base runners turned into a home run, which was a grand slam to Eugenio Suarez. Eugenio Suarez is a very powerful hitter, but he does strike out a lot. That was one of the problems he had while he was on the Mariners, was that he struck out a lot. And because of that, the Mariners, while they were trying to reduce strikeouts, ended up having him leave the team. The Mariners only struck out 7 times today. The problem was they couldn't get a hit and string it together. We had 8 hits today. Actually, we barely got out hit. They had 10 and 1 walk, so they had 1 more base runner than us. 1 more base runner than us. 1 more base runner than us, but because they got the timely hits, things got better. Now, Eduardo Rodriguez came in with an over 6 ERA. Today, his ERA didn't even go below 6. It's still at 6.27. Wu's is at 3.39. And then, yeah, Donovan Solano getting his first home run as a Mariner is probably going to keep him on the roster for another 3 months. Because unfortunately, we don't know what to do with a roster. The Mariners fall to under 500 for the first time since mid-April. Remember, we had a pretty bad start to the first like week and a half of the season, and then things got really good. Players got hot, and then we are 4-13 in our last 17 games. We've given up 79 runs over the last 2 weeks. 79 runs. Our run differential is now negative, so that's really unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to deal with it, and as you deal with it, things happen. So with the Mariners having these problems, it's going to be interesting to see how the Mariners can bounce back. I don't know if they'll be able to. Logan Gilbert had a rehab start last night. He went 5 innings, and his velocity was down by the end of it. So with that, not good. And then, of course, Bryce Miller is on the IL again, the 15-day IL, but he's out 6 weeks minimum. So if big old Logan comes back, little Logan's probably going back down, and we're going to have a rotation of Luis Castillo, Brian Wu, George Kirby, Emerson Hancock, Logan Gilbert. Brian Wu's our best pitcher. He just had a bad start. Brian Wu is somebody who I still think can win the Cy Young. I still think Andres Munoz can win the Cy Young. I think Cal can win the MVP. The problem is, I think we're a 40-win team, and we've already got 33 of those wins. So we're not doing well. Julio, though, a couple of balls in the air, pull balls in the air for doubles, really good. He hadn't had any extra base hits in like his last 21 or 22 hits, so now he's got a couple, and he is the team leader in hits, and the fact of that is really good. JP is the team leader in on base, and he's also like fourth in the league in on base. Cal's third in the league in on base plus slug. We have good players. The problem is we don't have enough good players. We don't have, and also the handedness decisions that Dan Wilson does. I want to take a deep dive into that. I might go back and look at the box score of every game we've played for this season and see how many times he's done this pinch hitting thing, because the handedness thing is not going well.
And again, thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy5436. TikTok at Sammy5436. I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, thetrapezoidtalks5436 at gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.